guys, welcome back to Be Still and Know. We're taking a look at things through the Bible, how stillness and knowing God can help you through and help you understand, help you let the Holy Spirit lead you where it needs to, where you need to go, what you need to be doing for God. Also, we're doing a section called On the Tarmac, leaning towards more the spiritual warfare side of things and the full armor of God. Today we're going to talk a little more about the on the tarmac side of things and the full armor of God and just why we need it. Okay, so we're going to take another look at Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 12. It says, "Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Put on the whole armor of God so that you may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. For our struggle is not against enemies of flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, and against cosmic powers of this present day in the darkness." And we learned that finally means from now on. So from now on, be strong in the Lord and know his strength and his power. And we've got the strength of God, we've got the strength of Jesus, the strength of the Holy Spirit within us. We are the temple of the Holy Spirit. And we have all that within us. It's something we all just need to be still enough and to experience what God has for us in that realm. Last time we talked about mustard seed faith and just what that is. And on a scientific level, how powerful that is. And when we put on that whole armor of God, we've got to know that that's what's behind us. That's what's behind God. So that we can stand against the trickery of the devil. And stand means to stand and strong. Here are used as to stand ready. And when you couple that with we wrestle not against flesh and blood, we get a picture of a wrestler standing ready. 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, shoulder width apart, solid base. Ready to deflect what's coming at them and to turn and make a counterattack. And that's where we need to be. We need to be ready to deflect what's coming, and to turn and make that counterattack. To see what's coming, to not let it get you, and to make the counterattack. When you use, using the term wrestle means one-on-one. It's not an entire army coming down on you. It's an army of individuals ready to fight individuals. If you think of the old knights in shining armor lined up against another army of knights, they run towards each other and the battle starts. Well, each individual knight on both sides is fighting one person. And they move on and fight the next one, and move on and fight the next one as the battle goes. And that's what we need to see. We need to see that we have our own individual battles. We've got our armor of God to fight our own individual battles. But to the left and to the right of you should be another person with their armor fighting their battles. And in conjunction, in a group setting, you move forward to win the war. It takes individual battles to win a war. And that's what the church is facing now. We have to face those individual battles. That pastor in Canada that kicked out the police for their unlawful entry and dispersion of the church was fighting his spiritual battle, one-on-one. And he won that battle. And that's what we need to think about. We need to think about that. So we're going to put on that whole armor of God. We're going to be ready to stand against the devil, stand shoulder to shoulder to fight our battles with our friends, with our family, and win. And that's where we're going to take this. I know this message is going to be a little bit shorter, but in light of what is going on out in the world, I think we need to understand this, that have these individual fights, but if we're all fighting together, maybe individual, but we're an army. We're an army dressed in the armor of God. David went out and fought Goliath in what everyone else that was there thought was no armor. He had a little sling and sandals on. Saul offered him his own armor, which was armor made by man. It was man's armor. And David said, no, doesn't fit, doesn't feel good. I'm going to go out there with what I know works. And he defeated the lion and the bear with God's armor on, not Saul's armor or man's armor. He defeated him with God's armor. And we need to keep that picture. That the armor of man is not what we need right now. We need the armor of God. We need to move forward with that. And we need to stand strong in the Lord. Put on the whole armor of God so that we can stand against deflecting the wiles of the devil and make that counterattack. So that's what we're going to talk about. And little sword play here and there, little armor here and there, and see what each piece of this armor means and what it's going to do for us, what it did for David, and what it's going to do for us in these days coming up where the attacks on the church and on Christians and Jews at large are getting more and more pronounced. They're trying to come in and arrest pastors. They are openly anti-Semitic in different parts of our government. Different elected officials are openly anti-Semitic. And these things combine together for not the greatest picture. We have our guidebook. We have the Bible. We know what happens in the end. And we're going to win. We just have to stick together, know what our armor is, know how to wear it and how to use it. And that's where we're going to go from here. So, from now on, remember to be still, to know what God has for you, to experience it, to wear his armor and be ready to wrestle the principalities and powers with God on our side and God as our power and our might. God bless. Thanks a lot. Like and share this video if it's touching your heart. Thanks.